this is Ania here. I'm a senior horticulturist at Philbrook, and I thought I will take you today to our new Victory Garden. It's in making now. So we used to know it as an edible teaching garden. Now it's going to be a Victory Garden. So this is a great place to talk about weeds and our favorite part of gardening. Not really, but yeah. So I wanted to show you and share some tricks I do to make this tedious job weeding less painful and maybe more efficient, and maybe how to prevent weeds from coming into your garden. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's look at this bed over here. Jeff, if you would be kind. So yeah, so we have some plants in here. Jack planted here. These are beets, but it's hard to tell. You know, this time of the year we had some good rain, and a lot of weeds take opportunity and they just emerge from the bare soil. So well, rain is also good for weeding because you know you want that soil to be nice and fluffy and soft, so those weeds will pull much easier. So we're in a really good place to actually do some weeding. But you know, there is, you know, what is a weed? Weed is a plant that we don't want in the particular space. So basically anything you don't want be in here, it's a weed. So there are annual weeds and perennial weeds, and there are different ways of dealing with them if they're annual or perennial. So this particular weed is purslane. It's a summer annual weed, and I'm gonna show you how I treat annual weeds. I showed you before one of my favorite tools, and it's the stirrup hoe, and some other people call it scuffle hoe. And what you need to do is just basically scrape off that purslane, and it's coming off really easily, especially with this after this nice rain we had.
So this is a tool that we looked at in our favorite tools episode.
Exactly. So.
And one of the things that you mentioned then was this has kind of like a double-sided blade.
So if you go, look, I can go both motions here. So I don't have to do just this. I can just go both ways. There you go. So see, annual weeds, all they need to be for them to die is just basically just chop them, like they, you know, they won't grow back, you know. So you don't have to worry about the roots that will stay in the ground, because that's pretty much it for them. And yeah, it works pretty well. I'm not gonna come too close to the beets because I don't want to accidentally just destroy the beets, and Jack wouldn't appreciate it. So right now I did a good weeding over here. I'm just gonna pull out most of them, and I'll be throwing them away. I don't put any weeds in my compost. It's just a good practice not to do it. You don't want to introduce.
Yeah, why would we not want to put weeds in our compost?
Well, you don't, you know, like I said, the annuals wouldn't probably grow back, but what if they have seed heads on, you know? That's gonna be, you're gonna be introducing seeds to your compost, and guess what we're gonna do? They're gonna emerge in your compost pile. So you're gonna have weedy compost, and that's not good.
We don't want that.
No, you know, you want to be clean as possible. You know, it's never gonna be super clean, that compost, but you know, it's just do what you can. So I'm not going to do the entire bed, but I mentioned perennial weeds. You know, this is an easy way to deal with annual weeds, but summertime we see a lot of these. This is a perennial weed. It's a nut sedge, a very mean weed. So if I want to get rid of it, if I just have a few, I'm gonna be going after the roots. So I'm gonna be really making sure I take all of it out. I'll show you why, because even here you go. See? Can you believe that?
So you went fairly deep on that because
Yes.
you wanted to make sure.
They pull with those those roots. So if I would go with my hoe and would just chop the top off, it's just gonna grow back. You know, it's just really, it's a survivor. It will come back. It will grow seed head and it will be all over. And I'm sure you guys, you all have problems with this weed. And if I have time, I will do a really thorough weeding just on my knee. Oh, since we're here, just wanted to share with you my health, practice. How do we weed? If you bend like this all day, you're gonna end up with a really sore back. If you go on your knees, the same problem. You're gonna be really bending and putting a lot of stress into your back. So what a good practice is, use a knee pad, be gentle to your knees, and put another foot like this, and it's gonna relieve a lot of pressure.
So you're kind of using one knee as a support,
Yes.
instead of kind of being down, bent over on both sides.
It's really important, because they don't teach those things at school. We go to study horticulture. They never teach us good practices, how to take care of yourself. And we gardeners, we all end up with sore backs and injuries and things, and we just never pay attention to those things. And those things happen during weeding, like you're gonna wake up next day and you're gonna be really sore and really achy. So just really take care of yourself, think about that, take breaks and try to release some tension here. This is a good technique. I've used it for a long time and it works for me. So
one question, it's obviously quite windy today, and it's very windy here in Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. Does that, when you're dealing with weeds and the seeds kind of spreading all throughout the space, is a windy day, is that carrying the weeds all around, and the more you don't take care of them, the more they're spreading? And
yes, so that's a good point. That's how they spread. They'll travel in the air, and they will travel through the compost. Even if you buy some good quality compost, there's always going to be some weeds, so be careful. Know where you buy your compost from. And birds, they eat seeds, and then they'll just fly and just drop with their right. So you'll have those unwanted seeds coming from different ways, so be on top of them. So I mentioned the nice rainy time is, after good rain, there's a really good time to do some weeding. But if we have a really long time with no rain and that soil is really compacted and dry, one thing you can do to kind of help yourself in the future, so you can do this good thorough pulling weed, is probably that sedge is not going to be able to come out that easily if the soil is so dry.
So in the summer when it's really hot
Yes.
and dry, that's a harder time to weed.
It is a harder time. So some people will just come and just cut it off because what you don't want to do, and leave that to regrow and maybe pull it out later after rain. What you don't want to do is let this to grow seed heads. So that's kind of cutting it down is going to delay this plant to go into seed.
So almost like trimming the weed is better than just letting it go if you can't pull it from the root all the way out.
Yeah, it's a kind of like putting a band-aid on. Just for the time being, this is how I'm going to deal with it for now, and then you have to come back later. It's not like I'm done. It's just a temporary solution. It's better to do this rather than let it go tall and big and just spread the seeds, and that's a problem then. So be on top of them. Don't let them take over your gardens. This is a bare soil. This is a vegetable garden, and Jack is going to be planting things in here. And that's how those weeds are coming, merging, because that soil is just not mulched. It's not covered. It's not protected from sound, because what you have is bare soil, seed bank, different weeds in there, sunshine, a little bit of rain, and weeds take opportunity. They're first to emerge. So what you can do to actually give yourself a little bit help is actually protect your bed from weeds to grow by just putting some kind of a layer of mulch. So mulching is a good way to suppress the weeds, but some weeds will come through mulch, you know, and it's not enough. So excuse me. So I wanted to show you something that worked for me really well. I know a lot of people have a success with it. So let's say, for example, you have this new bed, newly established bed. You have some lovely plants growing here. You have some sunflowers and some tomatoes, and I think there's a cucumbers here. So this is basically planted and ready to go, ready to be producing a lot of delicious things all summer long. But now you see this is still their soil, and like probably in 2 weeks we're gonna have a lot of weeds coming in here. So one thing you can do is to use some newspapers. In this situation I have some wrapping paper. I moved houses recently, so I have a lot of these.
So this is kind of basically like a brown butcher kind of paper.
Yeah. So that's kind of a type of paper I'm going after. Okay, so I'm going to be basically laying that paper over there, and on top of that paper I'll put some mulch. It's windy today, so Jeff is helping. Thank you. And another thing I'm doing, as I put the paper on, I'm putting a bit of water on too. It's gonna help keep the paper flying. It's gonna weigh it down a bit. There you go. So yeah, and then keep going, and I'm gonna add more. Hopefully I have enough. I'm just gonna go around those plants.
So one good thing about this is, you know, you don't always have to go out and buy expensive pre-made barrier. If you have paper and things sitting around your house.
And one nice thing about it is also that it's going to it's not permanent, you know, so it's
It will biodegrade.
exactly, that's the word I was looking for. So it's not plastic. We don't like plastic. I don't like plastic. Sometimes, you know, when you have to, you go for plastic. But if I don't have to, thank you. We don't have Perilla here. She's very helpful.
Perilla is our garden intern.
She is. She's actually in a management position.
Oh yeah, she got promoted. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So also when you water it, it almost kind of molds to the shape of the dirt. It kind of adheres to the space, and
yes, it's really nice. It's snugging that soil. Okay, so that's. And you see that surface here, I laid that paper on. It's gonna be weed free for the whole season. You know, there's still some places there, but I think Jack is gonna plant some more things in there. So that's why I'm not gonna put any more. He will do it later. On top of that, I'm gonna put mulch.
Is this just a standard kind of mulch? Is there anything special about it?
Nothing special about it. Just mulch. And I will go nice and thick layer. And have about 80%, which is pretty good. Chances that no weed is going to come through that. In the next spring, this is going to be gone. So you just basically repeat what you're doing now.
Is one of the main reasons for the heavy coverage just to prevent sunlight from getting to the weeds?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't want to give those weeds opportunity to emerge, and what they need to emerge is sunlight and water. So that's kind of an idea of what can, this is something that can help you to
So if you have some paper around the house and some basic mulch, you can do everything we're doing here.
and that's gonna really help you out. So this is a newly established bed, but it could work in any bed. You have plants in the bed. You don't want weeds to go in between. Some newspaper, some people even would go further and would put some cardboard.
Cardboard boxes.
Yes, and that is really going to suppress the weeds for probably 2 seasons. A lot of people use cardboard boxes to suppress the weeds in paths, in garden paths. I can show you really quickly.
Yeah.
That's what Jack did when he first built the garden.
So obviously we're looking at tons of weed barrier here because we're expanding our Victory Garden by a fairly large amount.
So yes, so this is the weed barrier. It's a landscape fabric. It's a plastic woven. The water will come through, but the weeds won't. So
And obviously this is such a large space, doing the paper method would not be good. That's kind of more of a smaller home garden.
exactly. And I'll show you that Jack used to use cardboard when he first built the garden, and he showed me some places. He even used like garbage bags. Here, see, that's a garbage bag. He just laid it on the path and put some mulch on top of it. That works pretty fine. And he had some. Yeah, there you go. Cardboard.
So here's some cardboard that's been here for a while.
Yeah, wow. So yeah, just keep adding mulch on top of it. That helps. So you can, when you build your garden and you want some put some paths around beds, I would recommend using cardboards rather than newspapers. Newspapers probably should go in your beds, flower beds or vegetable beds, because they will disappear much quicker. Cardboards is going to be much more sufficient for the paths. You can
Walking paths.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you can do multiple layers. If you have lots of cardboards, yeah, use them up. And then eventually, they will disappear too, so that's good.
Well, good. Well, thank you for all the tips on weeding. We look forward to it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.